Okay, so here we are again in the shed, in the gym. We're at the end of February, so I'm going to set out my ideas for March. I realise that February I wasn't consistent at all. I kept changing my mind. Main reason being is that I realised that my squat was much lower than I guessed it would be. I was surprised at how much it had deteriorated. Obviously, if you're not doing the moves, they go away. I didn't realise it had gone away to such an extent. Okay, and in fact that applies to all my major barbell moves. So the powerlift, the OHP. The only thing that I think that's done pretty well is my chins and my dips. So I think that I can afford to let those slip a little bit. Actually, I think I still do them this month. But yeah, the main focus, as it was at the end, as it was during much of February, will be the big barbell lifts again. So that's going to be the main focus. So what I'm planning on doing is, well, to be more precise, 4 sessions a week. So each session will be will be a power lift at the beginning. Yeah. So it's going to go deadlift, bench, squat, bench. Okay. So far very conventional. 4 sessions a week. Again, very conventional. The rep range, I'm going to go for medium reps, so something like an average of 8. Yeah, an average of 8. Maybe on the deadlift I'll go a bit lower. I don't like doing high rep deadlifts. Where it would be slightly unconventional is I'm not going to do much volume at all. So even though I'm training weights 4 times a week, which is it's a fairly decent frequency. It's not low frequency by any means. The volume will be low, so I'm looking at about 10 work sets per session. That's low volume. Yeah, hopefully that will enable me to get more weight on the bar. That's going to be the main idea. And on the off days will be light cardio with very little effort very little intention to go hard on the cardio. So light cardio. Yeah. So I think that you can only pursue so many goals at once. You can't do it all at once. Yeah. Sometimes it's the light and fast stuff. Sometimes it's the heavy barbell lifting, sometimes calisthenics, sometimes it's a running. I've got a range of interests, I've got a range of activities, and I like them all. I wouldn't say that one outweighed another. I'm definitely not looking at becoming a powerlifting specialist again. That ship has long sailed. But the pendulum has swung too far towards the sort of like the light and fast cardio, body weight stuff. I want to go heavy. I want to explore the heavier end again. Okay, or at least get it up to something relatively decent. The big unknown in all this is the aging process. What will it allow me to do now? I'm not even sure. I'm not sure. As I said, I've already been unpleasantly surprised by how far my barbell lifts have deteriorated in just basically a year of not focusing on them. So whether or not that will be quickly remedied, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I've warmed up to a certain extent. I did a few reps with the empty bar. I did a few reps with 50 kilos, and I think the bar is now loaded to 75. That's going to be the top set of the day. So I'm going to do 75 kilos for the top set, and then it's going to be a reverse pyramid. So it's going to be 3 sets of bench, followed by 3 sets of overhead press, and then it's going to be a couple of sets each of curls and tricep extensions just to finish. So very low volume. 10 sets all told, not including warm-ups. Okay, I will take it from there. So let's see how this first one goes. I don't know if you can see my setup, but it is, it's all homemade, improvised. This wooden board. It's an old sit-up board. I'm not planning on going so heavy that I think it will break it all. So I think it's safe enough. it's just on one end it's supported by this scaffolding frame, and on the other end it's perched on the seat of my cable pulley machine. So without any intention, it's created a decline. It just happened to be the convenient way to set it up. I wasn't aiming to get a decline, but it's a gentle decline. It's not a big decline. Okay, so this first set, I'm going to imagine that, you know, I'm hoping to get something like 8 reps, but I've got no idea, to tell you the truth. Okay, that was a good 10. So yeah, that was a good 10, definitely. So next time I should go heavier on that. That was quite light, because, as I say, I'm intending to do a reverse pyramid setup. So I'm going to take off 10%. So 75 kilos, 10% 7.5. So that gives you 67.5, doesn't it? So from 75 to 67.5. So I should gain a couple of reps at that. We'll see. We will see. Okay, so we've got 67.5 on the bar. Yeah, I'm very aware that these are puny weights. And it's exactly the same story as I told about the squat previously. The best that I ever did on bench press was 150 kilos. So that was in competition. It was a 147.5. In the gym was 150. And so I'm talking about, a good solid rep. It was not something that anybody assisted me with or anything like that. That was a 150 on my own. But that's way back when. That's way back when. So I imagine now that I'm going to say that I'd max out at something like, hopefully beyond 100 kilos. I think I could. If I'd have gone for it today, I think I'd have got more than 100. But I'm not going for maxes. As I said before, the idea is going to be fair, moderate. What is heavy? What does heavy mean? It's simply, well, in my mind, heavy is relative to the individual. It's whatever does not allow you to get 5 reps or more. So if a weight does not allow you to get 5 reps or more, I'd consider that heavy. If a weight does not allow you to get 12 to 15 reps, let's say, so between 5 and 15, Yeah, go on then, we'll go with that. If a weight allows you to get something between 5 and 15, I call that medium. Anything beyond 15, I call it light. That's just arbitrary, really. There's no definite cut-off point to these things. But as I say, it's relative to the individual. So if you can get 100 kilos for 20 reps, then to you 100 kilos is light. If you can get 100 kilos for 2 reps, then to you 100 kilos is heavy. So it's not the actual weight. There's no number of kilos that determines whether a weight is heavy, medium, or light. It's relative to the individual's ability. Anyway, so let's do this one. So hopefully I'll get more than 10 this time. But we'll see. Ah, 12, yeah, as expected. As expected. Yeah, so I'm only going to be doing 10 work sets in a session. So every set is going to be more or less an AMRAP. You know, as many reps as possible. There's not going to be any holding back. Which is, you know, that's how I prefer to train actually. Whether it's right or wrong, so from 67.5 we're going to go to, well, we're going to take off 7.5 again, so that's going to leave 60. So last set. Okay, a tad light for. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go as light as sets of 12, 13, 14, whatever. But I'm just feeling my way, so next time I'll know. Next time I'll probably kick off with about 80 kilos or so. So I imagine this time that I'll get more than 12. But could be wrong. Yeah, I'll say one thing about me is that you know, as an individual, that I am much more trained in the lower rep ranges, which is all the more reason to do higher rep ranges. Really, you know, there's probably some adaptation left. There are gains to be made in the higher rep ranges for me, I'm going to guess. But I always preferred the heavier end. Just it's like ripping a plaster off, isn't it? Ripping a band-aid off. You don't want to prolong it. But if it works, I'll do it. So 3 sets of bench. This is the 3rd set. Okay, I've not really got anything to compare this to. So I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I mean, I did guess 75. You know, I definitely made the guess 75 kilos for 8 reps, but it was 10. So, you know, I was pleasantly surprised. It wasn't so bad. I'm thinking about it now. My bench is probably now level pegging with my squat. You know, that's sad for my squatting. That's really bad for my squatting. Yeah. But it's not how you start. You know, I'm sure that this is going to develop fairly quickly. even take into account the age. There must be some muscle memory. As I say, it's only been about a year since I stopped focusing on the big barbell lifts. You know, partly through injury. My elbow sort of like stopped everything. Okay, let's see if we can get more than 12. More than 12 is the target. So 13 plus 13 or 14, I'm going to imagine is going to be a good outcome. I count to 15, so 15 I'll say, good, okay, so that's a start. I know what to beat, so definitely need to get more weight on the bar next time. I was a little bit too light. It's alright though. So let's set up for overhead press. So this is a slightly different story because I've never been good at overhead press, never. So with the, you know, with my powerlifts, you know, the squat and the bench, the deadlift, yeah, there's a, you know, you know, definitely got the experience of lifting fairly heavy. With the overhead press, no, it's never been a strong point for me, ever. I'm just not built for it, for some reason. And even worse, man, press behind neck. Now, I'm not saying they're not good moves, you know. When I say even worse, I mean in the sense of how weak I am at it, and I've always been weak at it. You know, I know people say, you know, it's a cop out to talk about genetics, but I think that you know there is a case that some people are not genetically made for certain lifts. No, I'm not saying. So I'm not saying I've got bad genetics or anything like that. You know, I think that for powerlifting I've probably had good genetics. But for this particular movement, I don't think I have. It's not my forte, let's put it that way. Yeah, I think I'll go to about, I don't know, what can we say? Kick off at 40. Kick off at 40 and then take it down. So 40, 35, 30. Just a single with 30, and I'll put it to 40. Go on then. Six. Oh, not great. Okay, 35. As it's probably obvious by this point, in this particular phase of training, there's not going to be any real emphasis on slowing the negative or anything like that. You know, it's all about numbers. Set up my pulley for while I'm waiting. This is going to be for the. So after I've done 3 sets on the OHP, I'll do a couple of sets on the couple of sets of curls, a couple of sets of extensions. Now I was thinking about doing supersets, but I realised that would entail changing the setup, so I'm not doing supersets. 2 sets of curls, 2 sets of extensions. That's it. So 10 sets all told. Easy. I'll say easy. Each set is AMRAP, so that's not easy. So 10 all-out sets. And whatever warm-up is required. So the cardio is going to be more or less a medley, where I'm going to do on the same day, I'm going to do boxing, rowing and biking on the same day. I'm avoiding the running. My Achilles is not good. It's not bad, but I want to try and rest it up, just stretching it out. You know, I read that, which reminded me that after I finish this set, I'll probably do an Achilles tendon stretch, just to well, I'm not doing anything else. I don't think it'll impact on recovery for OHP. Yeah, but so I see on YouTube a lot of these Achilles issues go away with stretching. Not terribly bad or anything, but it bothers me if I jog on it. Okay, let's get 8. Come on, 8. Yeah, 8 was a good guess. So, extrapolating, I'm going to guess 30 for 10. Quite logical. Yeah, so this is real meat and potato stuff if you think about it. This is real basic, minimalist, no frills, bog standard movements, you know, the most popular compound movements. Just take them to failure. Medium reps, not many sets. Okay, I'll do a 30, just move my timer so I can see it. I'll do a 30-second stretch for this Achilles, just keep it, trying to keep it in the mix, this stretching business. It's not only my Achilles, the entire calf is tight. It's only on this side, the left side. On the right side feels completely different. Okay, that's 30 odd seconds, that's a good stretch. And it's immediate relief. Immediately feels better. I'm pretty confident that just this mere stretching will sort it out. I don't think it's anything serious. The other thing that I wanted to work on as well, keep working on, was the elbow. So that movement I find is very beneficial. I think they call it a lever. I haven't really got much weight on though. It's not heavy. It's just the actual movement itself. So when I concentrated on this a while back, it improved my elbow no end, and then I suppose as you do when you perceive that there's no great problem, you stop doing it, and then you know the elbow issue is starting to re-emerge again. So it's not as bad as it was, but it's starting again. So let's nip it in the bud and do a bit of this on a more frequent basis. Yeah, so it's the left Achilles tendon and the right elbow. But this right elbow last year was absolutely murderous. It stopped just about everything. You know, it's amazing how many moves are impacted by a bad elbow. So I couldn't deadlift, I couldn't bench at all, I couldn't press at all. I could squat, but not with the straight bar. So I couldn't use this bar for squatting. I could use a safety squat bar. And that was the main reason that I let go of all my barbell lifts and concentrated more on the cardio side, just as something to do. Yeah, and I kept expecting it to heal, and it just dragged on forever. Okay, 30 kilos on the bar. Let's say it's a lot better now, but it's still not perfect. So, 10. Yeah. 10. Okay. So, OHP, 40 kilos for 6, 35 for 8, 30 for 10. It's a start. I know it's rubbish. It's just a start, that's all I can say. Okay, so these two is going to do straight sets. So biceps and triceps, straight sets. In fact, I will change time as well. Well, say that. Okay, so what can we have? We've got a 3-minute timer set up. Yep. 3-minute timer. So there's 20 kilos on this cable machine. 2 sets of 5. Oh, you can't see it, so I will. I don't know why I've done all this. I should just move the computer. Oh, dear me. Okay, there's going to be no award for filming skills. Alright. Okay. Try again. No idea how many reps I'm going to get. It's going to go to failure. 20 kilos on the cable. Ten. Good. Alright. Yeah, so I've got a 3-minute timer set up now. So I'll do the next one more set of curls. Hopefully get 10 again. Probably 9 thinking about it. Then do a couple of sets of triceps and it's all done. So, I mean, to me that feels like a very, very brief session, you know, compared to what I was doing through February. So definitely a big variation there for the month. See how it goes, simple as that, you know. Maybe the lower volume will serve as a bit of a deload. Not really, I mean, yeah, who knows. Suppose the other aspect is diet. Diet-wise, I'm not expecting to. I'm not expecting to lose any weight or anything like that. Not this month. You know, as I say, the focus is on the, you know, the strength and on the numbers on the bar. Okay, and that really that's at odds with, you know, trying to burn fat or shift the scale weight in any direction apart from up. So if I maintain more or less the same body weight, that'll be fine. Yeah. Even if it floats up slightly, I'm not too concerned. Just monitor it on a monthly basis. So if I gain more than a couple of pounds over a month, you know, definitely I would then remedy that in the next month. But fluctuations of, you know, 1 or 2 pounds, it's nothing. It could be water weight, it could be anything. Come on then, get 10. So I'm not throwing the weights around. I'm controlling them, but I'm not really slowing them down in any major way. Just keeping a modicum of control. That's it. Okay, so tricep extensions to finish. 2 sets. Same story. Okay. Now usually my curls on this particular machine, my pulley curls and my tricep extensions are pretty much level pegging. So I'd imagine I'm going to get something similar, but we'll see what happens. It never fails training to make you feel better. At least in that, I think it's, you know, it's definitely a give and take to it, because yeah, during the actual session, you know, even if it's a, you know, if it's a real monster grinder session, not like today. Today's been brief, and the moves are quite gentle. You know, upper body stuff is always easier than the you know, the squat and deadlift type affairs. But yeah, even when you're doing the hard sessions, usually, near as damn it always, when you're actually in the gym, you feel good. There's a sense of, I don't know, everything's right with the world. Ten. Yeah, everything is clear. Probably it's you know, some sort of endorphins, natural opiates, whatever it is. You know, the body releases chemicals to get you through it. Who knows? Well, I'm saying who knows. You know, must be all. None of this is a mystery. If you actually go and look it up, look up endorphins or runner's high, that sort of thing. It's all part and parcel of the same thing. They're all mechanisms to deal with the situation, and this is a pleasant one. So definitely it's a game of two halves, because yeah, I mean in the gym you can feel, you know, a heightened sense of alertness, heightened sense of awareness. Then you wake up in the morning and you feel like being hit by a truck. And you sort of like, you know, go down the stairs, you know, as if you're 100 years old. But yeah, for this moment in time when you're actually in the gym, you can rely on it to make you feel better. I'm not sure if that's also the case, you know, especially for beginners. I think for people who've got no real experience or background, it may not be the case. But once you're used to it, I think your body craves it. So this is part of your normality. This is part of your normal existence. So your body is geared up to it, and if you don't do it, then you miss it. Whereas if you're not geared up to it, if you're not used to it, if you're not accustomed to doing this, then obviously it's a bit more of a shock. 10. That's it. That's it for today. All done and dusted. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't perfect by any means. Bench press was pleasantly okay, not bad. OHP, a bit disappointing really, I suppose, but it's all a good start, a good foundation. So yeah, so this should be at least for the rest of this month, this sort of training going ahead, similar to this pattern that you've just seen. Okay, thank you very much. That was great from my point of view.